A lone woman, Ruth walks along a narrow dirt path, carrying a woven basket filled with market goods. The moon hangs low, barely peeking through the dense canopy of trees. The crickets hum, and the wind rustles the leaves. It's quiet, too quiet. Ruth tightens her shawl around her shoulders. Something feels off. She glances behind her. Nothing. She quickens her pace. The village is just ahead, its faint torchlights flickering in the distance. But the further she walks, the more the shadows seem to stretch, swallowing the path behind her. A twig snaps. Ruth freezes. Her breath catches in her throat. Slowly, she turns her head. No one is there. She exhales, forcing a chuckle. Ruth, whispering to herself, "It's just the wind." She takes another step. A rustling sound follows. Footsteps, software measured, following. Ruth stops. So do the footsteps. A shiver runs down her spine. She swallows hard and starts walking again, faster. The footsteps return, this time closer. Her grip tightens on the basket. The village is just ahead. Then, the sound stops completely. Ruth hesitates. She glances back again. Nothing but darkness and trees. She exhales in relief until she turns forward and sees a figure standing in the middle of the path. A tall shadow, still as death, its face hidden beneath a hood. Ruth gasps, stepping back, but before she can scream, the figure moves, faster than she can react. A dark blur lunges toward her. The basket falls. Apples roll across the dirt. The shawl flutters to the ground. Silence. The wind howls through the trees. The night swallows her whole. The village square is alive with morning activities. Roosters crow, traders set up their stalls, and a blacksmith hammers metal. But a sudden scream shatters the routine. A group of villagers gathers at the entrance of a forest path, their expressions a mix of fear and confusion. They focus on a woven basket, its contents spilled across the dirt, and a torn shawl lying abandoned. A distraught woman, Ruth's mother, pushes through the crowd, clutching the shawl in trembling hands. Her panic spreads as worried murmurs ripple through the villagers. Among them, a man, Luthan, stands silent, his face unreadable, blending into the concerned crowd. Elder Varin, a strong and authoritative figure, arrives with two seasoned hunters. He kneels, inspecting the ground, while the hunters search for tracks. But there are none, only emptiness, where Ruth once stood. Whispers begin. Suspicion turns toward the outcasts, wandering outsiders who passed through days before. The villagers argue, fear clouding their judgment. Ruth's mother pleads desperately with Elder Varin, who straightens, his face grave. He announces a village-wide search and warns no one to walk alone at night. The villagers nod, tension thick in the air. The crowd disperses, a tense village gathering under the eerie glow of a bonfire. The villagers, dressed in traditional worn fabrics, stand in a tight circle, their faces shadowed by flickering firelight. Elder Varin, a stern and weathered leader, addresses a group of hunters and warriors, his expression grim with unspoken fear. The air is thick with tension as murmurs spread through the crowd, suspicions about the mysterious wanderers, their strange markings, and whispered rumors of forbidden rituals. Among them, Luthan stands silent, his face unreadable, carefully masking his reaction when rituals are mentioned. The bonfire casts elongated shadows, creating an atmosphere of paranoia. Meanwhile, beyond the village square, the surrounding forest looms dark and foreboding, the wind carrying an unnatural stillness. In the distance, a rustling sound hints at something unseen, watching.